Hey, fifth graders, I wanted to take a quick moment just to go over with today a little bit about today's writing assignment with you all. Today, you are going to be writing your hook on the Oregon Trail, chapters 1 through 3 story. And remember that the prompt is things that you would see or experience on the Oregon Trail that you would expect to see. So today you're just going to write your hook. Again, the hook is your introduction. It is the very first paragraph to get the person reading it, the reader, engaged to want to read more. A long time ago, Miss Kreitz sat with you all and went over the different types of hooks. We haven't done that for a while. And so I just wanted to go over this as a quick refresher of different hooks that are available. And then how could we tie this to the Oregon Trail? Again, because this is the hook, this is kind of outside of the story. So we really don't have to pull information from chapters 1, 2, 3 of On the Oregon Trail. We can actually go a different direction with this, but we probably want to somehow mention the Oregon Trail or the time period from the 1800s, a long time ago, something so that we're not like talking about robots in the future, because that really doesn't have anything to do with the Oregon Trail. So our first one is a funny story. Maybe you might have you maybe watched an old Western movie or something that something funny happened. Maybe your family went and did one of those old time photos where you all dressed up in 1800s gear and had your picture taken. Something funny that is kind of old, an old story like that. Maybe a funny story. Maybe you could come up with something funny that could have happened on the Oregon Trail. Again, this does not have to be real. It doesn't have to be legit. It just has to be funny. The second type of hook that you could use is a question hook. It might be something like, have you ever thought about what it would be like on the Oregon Trail? Or could you imagine living back in the 1800s with not having any of the electronics that we have? But you're coming up with a question, and you might even give a couple of sentence answer after that. You don't have to just leave it as a question. You might give an answer, or you might just go ahead and then start transitioning into the Oregon Trail. Onomatopoeia, these are sound words. You might think of some sound words that you might hear on the Oregon Trail. They mentioned in one of the chapters how the boy was sitting on the wood crate inside of the wagon and how he was bouncing around. And maybe you might have some sound words like clunk, clunk, or something like that to dive into the story about the Oregon Trail. I don't know. You all can come up with something. Dialogue would be where you have a couple of characters having conversation back and forth. They're talking to one another, and it could be a conversation either modern, present day, again, two people talking to one another about what it would be like to be on the Oregon Trail, or you might even rewind all the way back to the 1800s and talk about what that would be like. The setting you could describe if you were sitting on the Oregon Trail. What would you expect to see? You could put us in the mood of, it would look different. There would be more trees. There would be more forest. There wouldn't be pavement everywhere. There would be a lot of dirt and dust flying around. So you could create that setting as your introduction. You want to be very vivid so that we can picture it with our eyes and in our minds. Finally, a fact. Maybe you want to Google Oregon Trail facts and find some interesting things that you find interesting. And it might be one of those, did you know that, and state your fact. Or you maybe you have several of them. So anyway, what I would like you to do, come up with a good hook. Today you're writing your first paragraph, your hook, and the goal of it is after you write this first paragraph and somebody reads it, like myself, I want to look forward to what's coming next. I don't want to be bored. If I'm bored after the first paragraph, I'm not going to want to read the rest of it. So anyway, I will be on my Google Meets today. If you want to brainstorm with me, feel free to get on. I'll be glad to help you. I'm not going to do it for you, but I'll kind of give you what I think about what you're thinking about, or how we could improve it, or things like that. So anyway, good luck, and I'll talk to you all soon.